What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Michael.
And we're here to talk about Belly and Hype Williams. Okay, so Hype Williams.
Is it still in the other video that you working on?
Yeah, I'm working on that one, but
I'm saying, is that already in here? So now we got 2 videos where we're talking about Belly?
I'm going to talk about Belly forever.
Okay, because I'm going to talk about Star Trek Episode 5.
Damn.
Of Picard. That's what I'm going to do.
You want to talk about Belly?
Grease. I already talked about it. The movie Greasy.
Man.
I mean...
I'm watching this tonight.
Okay, that's fine.
Love this movie.
Yeah, we're talking about Picard. We're talking about the band is out in space.
You got gang members in Nebraska, man.
I mean, that's fine. You got gang members in space.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Star Trek Picard Episode 5.
Non-spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, let's say that because we're kind of close.
Oh,
to
yeah, that's right.
We're actually
for some reason I thought we were a week away.
no,
they should have watched it by now.
We're still on. We're relatively close.
Okay.
So, non-spoilers.
So this follows 7 and 9. They beam 7 and 9 over.
She just got on the ship.
She's on the ship. I like this episode. I really did. This episode shows the moral conundrum I think you face that I don't want to say I hadn't seen, but this shows that this is going to be a character-driven story. Don't get me wrong. They spent some money special effects wise. The opening of this episode was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, man, The Expanse might need a little bit more money. I was like, I really like the way this one looked. And I like this one definitely more than the last one when Picard came into his Rosa Parks, I'm not moving.
Yes. Yeah.
And almost got his butt whooped. And Eleanor had to save him.
Well, to be fair, Rosa Parks was already on the bus.
So what would it be?
I don't know.
I went back and watched that thing, and it bothered me so much because it was and I talked to Ann, one of our assignment editors here, and she was like that it bothered her, but she liked it because it showed how out of touch Picard was.
Okay.
So this episode I liked it more because it showed not necessarily him being out of touch, but how he differs from other characters on the ship.
For me, it was cool to see him interact with other people that I guess he hadn't interacted with before. Because I didn't know, but I guess this is the first time that Picard has met 7 and 9. I think that's correct. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought that was cool.
I'm thinking back and I'm like...
Because I don't really know how the different versions of Star Trek work. Like, how close is Voyager to Next Generation?
They're the same universe.
Okay, but like in terms of years.
So Voyager, Next Generation is first, then it's Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine, Voyager spins out of that.
Okay.
And then Voyager gets sent to the Delta Quadrant. Excuse me, apologize. While Voyager's on its way is in the Delta Quadrant trying to make its way back, that's when they find 7 of 9, and then the show ends as they get back to the Alpha Quadrant, basically. Okay. And so the show ends, and then I think the last image or the last episode is like Janeway. I'm trying to remember who was it she talked to. But basically, you never see them interact because that show ended, and then the show after that was
Enterprise.
Enterprise, and then that was the end of that universe. So we don't know.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was cool to see him interact with other people. I like to see Jerry Ryan just doing stuff. I like her as an actress, so it was cool to see her, get to flex her acting chops and a little bit of action chops as well. I thought this episode was funny. In certain scenes, when stuff happens, when the plan gets moving, as it were, I really enjoyed it. I didn't really feel like there was a lot of wasted momentum in this episode, which was great. And we'll talk about that in spoilers, where I think that's the case. Yeah, everything was strong. I didn't really have a bad part in this episode for me.
I thought this episode showed a lot of heart too.
Okay.
It revealed some things, and we'll get into it, that I want to say I brought up, but it was in the back of my mind. I could not remember if we talked about it, but it was like Ha! I knew it. And I was like, okay. But then there was a couple of things in there that I really, I love Picard. Rafi's character and Rios' character are the two most interesting people to me on this show.
Okay.
And that it even includes Soji, Dash,
The Doctor.
Bruce Maddox.
Uh-huh.
Elnor is interesting. I'm starting to see what Elnor brings to the table. I'm starting to see that this episode showed me, you're that guy. And I'm really liking. And at first I didn't get it, now I get it.
To me, he feels like from Mass Effect, Mordin.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's how I get him as.
No, Morden is evil. Benign evil almost.
I didn't think Morden was evil.
Wasn't he the one who came up with the
Genophage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was evil.
Dude!
I mean, you do what you gotta do. The Erdnots are out there doing too much.
Son, no, Morden is no. Don't get me wrong, Elnor is a murder machine, but he didn't systematically destroy a race.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it in terms of like good or evil so much as like his sense of humor in terms of him being kind of a by the books person and science or just logic.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah. I was like, no. I'm trying to think. Rafi to me, seeing her in this episode, seeing Michelle Hurd, and I was upset when she left. I have watched Law and Order religiously. I've fallen off on SVU because I can only take that in moments because I'm like, I'm not going to sit. I remember one day me and Katie were watching it, and we watched like 4 or 5 episodes back to back, and I was like, we're getting off the couch.
Yeah.
Because I can't take another one of these episodes.
Yeah.
But I was upset because I really liked her character when she left SVU. Mm-hmm. I really liked her character, and I loved her interactions with Much. And I don't watch a lot of television that she's on, but I wish she was in more television.
I remember her being in. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I wish. I
remember her being in Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. That was it. I just remember being in Daredevil.
No, I really wish she was in more stuff because I really like this. I really like what she brings to the table, and I feel like in this episode was like an extension of episode 3 when her and Picard had that interaction.
Uh-huh.
And I think her interactions with Picard to me are some of the most genuine.
Okay. So yeah, keep watching the show. That's what we got to say. Spoilers? Yeah, spoilers. For me, the biggest jumping point of the show, that the reason why I felt like it kept the momentum, is we didn't go to the Borg cube.
Nope.
And that's interesting. I didn't miss it.
Nope.
And I was like, ooh, does that...
I thought about that too. After I watched it, I was like...
this is cool. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What does that mean for the B storyline?
And you were like...
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe...
Because I did not care if we didn't see Narek and Soji canoodling.
Nope, not at all.
I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. So you got to help me out. Bruce Maddox, the character, is from Next Generation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But the actor who plays him isn't the same actor, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They'll tell us.
Yeah, cool. And then also 7 and 9 rescues somebody. That character is from Next Generation as well, right? That's what I heard.
So 7 and 9, I have to look that up.
Okay.
But
whoever it is, she's rescuing somebody. Somebody that meant something to her.
The episode starts with again, and I say this because, and I know it's dated now, but I don't think Next Generation looked that good when it came out the way Picard looks now. Like
as somebody who's watching it fresh, I was like, I'm enjoying it, but like, man, this is definitely old.
It's definitely old, but I don't even think it looked that good when it came out.
Okay.
Some of this, there were certain episodes that are like, oh, that was cool. Oh, that's cool. The creature effects on it are really good, I think, on Next Generation. Okay. But the way this episode starts with the domes, I was like, is this the Mandalorian? I was impressed. I really was. That's why I said, I think The Expanse is great. Mm-hmm. I think season 4 is exceptional.
You step with that production budget?
I was like, man, Jeff Bezos, man, you need to throw some ducats.
Yeah.
Because I was like, This episode 5, man, these cityscapes.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo. 7 and 9, so there's a guy. I'm not a real big torture guy, but man,
That was rough.
Ooh.
That kind of reminded me, again, I never played the game, but I heard you talk about it, that scene in Dead Space where you got to go after your eye or whatever.
Ooh.
I was like, ooh, this is intense.
It's Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2. Okay, that's fine.
Is it Dead Space 1?
I don't know.
I think it's 2.
Okay.
It's 2. But yeah, so we see that character being tortured, and what got me was just the callousness of the
person doing it. Yeah.
Oh, I was just like, you're not go dope him up, like, you really? Mm-hmm. I was glad that, like, all of, like,
you said when I came in and just wrecked shop. Everybody getting it.
You, all of y'all, like, honestly, you should have kept them alive so you could do the same to them. Because that was just an eye for an eye.
Yeah. So 7 and 9 is a ranger?
She's a ranger. From, what is it, Fentress?
I thought it was Fenris or something. But
so
whatever.
basically, she's a ranger. They help keep the peace.
Okay.
I look at them as judges in space. Like Judge Dredd.
Okay.
They're judge, jury, and execution.
Okay.
You heard her talk to Picard when they were discussing it. He's like, I don't like the fact that you guys are the arbiter of you. It's basically what you believe is to be true and fair. And I can understand that because you could get somebody who's a little bit more lenient, or a little bit more violent. Mm-hmm. I get that. But when you're in the Wild Wild West,
yeah, this is what you get. And they touch on, again, I think this show does a really good job of showing the fallout of what it means when the celebrated hero decides to leave and what's left.
And not just the celebrated hero, what happens when Starfleet pulls out, because he was the driving force for this sector to have so Starfleet could be there.
Right.
And you hear it again mentioned, I didn't quit. Mm-hmm. And this is a theme I am liking, the fact that you're coming to grips or terms with that one thing Rafi said. Because you couldn't save all, you decided to save none.
Right.
And that this is this whole continuation of that theme.
Because I think 7 and 9 said something like, once you guys left, we had to keep the peace. Mm-hmm. Like, you may not like our methods, but we had to do something because nothing else, yeah. It would be even worse if we weren't doing what we were doing, which was interesting.
And we saw what happened when on Picard doing his
yes.
I'm not letting that go.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's wild.
So we see 7 and 9. We see this moment, and we don't have that investment because it happens so quickly. But we know that's somebody important to her. We then see the conversation 7 and 9 has with Picard, and then we see the conversation between Rafi and Rios. Mm-hmm. And Rios is like, and it's funny because they're, I don't want to say new to the game. It's almost like, oh man, that's who that is. That's who that is. Mm-hmm. And it's like seeing kind of like your Starfleet idols to a certain extent because people know who they are.
Right.
And so Rios is kind of in awe.
Is Rios kind of like, and I might be making a stretch, is he like Kamala Khan where he like knows these people and he's like kind of fanboying out about seeing who these people are? Kind of
a little bit. I mean, but Kamala Khan and a lot of people have done that. She's just the most recent because we watched the Avengers. But a lot of people, but Picard noticed something. He's like, as much as you say you hate Starfleet, this ship is immaculately maintained. Mm-hmm. You have done a very good job. Mm-hmm. Starfleet is in you. So he knows the stories. You know the lore, the history of this organization, that these people are big names.
Right.
7 and 9 is the Borg who was assimilated was a person who was assimilated as a child, grew up as Borg. Mm-hmm. And then she was found and she came out of the Delta Quadrant. That alone, like that, I mean, that's the being on Voyager and defeating the Borg out there, losing half of your, because I don't know if you know the story of Voyager. Basically, Voyager was a Federation ship after a group of people who were terrorists. They go through the wormhole, and the wormhole shoots them out on the Delta Quadrant. Okay. So these two ships have two very different crews. One ship blows up or it gets destroyed, and that crew from that ship has to be merged with former Starfleet officers who have left and gone rogue to become one crew to get back home.
Okay.
That in and of itself would be a great story.
Yeah.
Throw in an assimilated Borg, throw in a Borg you guys rescued.
Okay.
Like, holy what? Like, you would be. On top of the fact that this is Jean-Luc Picard, who was Locutus aboard, who escaped the Borg, who went up against Q, who, like, holy, like, it's two of them. I mean, the only thing probably bigger would be Spock.
Right.
Showing up like, hey, what y'all doing?
Right. Okay. Okay.
That's kind of how it is. And you're right, he did fanboy out a little bit because he was like, that's her, that's him, they're talking.
Yeah.
And they're two of the biggest people who escaped the Borg.
Right. So they share that, even though they've never met, they share that connection of leaving that life behind. And they kind of talk about that, what it means to try to find their humanity.
At the end of the episode.
Right.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
I liked the way it ended.
That she came back and wrecked shop. It's like, nah, I ain't leaving you.
Because I like the fact that I like why she did it and what she did. But my pet peeve a little bit with the episode was I thought the costumes were a little elaborate. I thought Rios' costume was a little.
When they were doing their Ocean's 11 plan?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I actually like Picard's costume though. I really like the eye patch and his.
Wee!
Yeah, I liked his.
The stereotypical French whatever.
Yeah,
that was,
I liked him.
Yeah.
I thought the lizard was a little. I thought that could have been better done.
Like the effects of it?
I don't know if the effects or the acting. Like I felt like it could have been more personable. Like I understand the creation of the character, but I thought the acting was a little off. It could have been different. I really loved Alison Pill in this because I saw that coming, and when it happened, I screamed out. I said, "I freaking knew it!" I knew it because we never discussed Commander O.
What did she say to her? Yeah.
Because it just cut, and she was like, "I'm in," and it's like, and Rafi kind of pointed out like her. Why did this woman want to come on this mission?
Yeah.
And we know from the fact between the two incestuous Romulans, I don't know what their relationship is, but they said that these androids or synths will bring about the destruction of all. We don't know what that is. The lady called her the Devastator. I know you from tomorrow.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, and she said, if you knew what I knew, and you saw that I loved everything about that.
So did she kill him or just not save him?
She killed him.
What did she do? She injected him with something? Because I guess I missed it.
I feel like she cut off his oxygen supply.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, and I love the medical Rios. You seem to be having.
Yeah, like get out of here. I do like this, the UI or the AI of the ship.
I love how it's different.
Different versions of Rios or whatever in the ship. I like that a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah, Alison Pill, I love that because I was like, I knew it, and her acting. Again, I was not a real big fan of her in the newsroom. I love her in this because I love the fact that it's a regular person who's not Starfleet, pew pew pew, beam me up.
Yeah.
Dealing with she literally probably has like, hey, guess what? We never went to the moon. Lizard people are real. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And she's dealing with this. Like when she was having a panic attack, when they were like, you could be on transporter duty, and they would shoot. What? Wait, what?
I will say for her, that was weird that she was nervous about being on transporter duty. Like you're like a scientist who does with artificial intelligence and Sith life and stuff. That doesn't seem like it's that hard to you. I don't know.
I thought it was hard because if everything hinged on her being good and being involved and listening to everything going on, and that responsibility. On top of, hey, you like synthetics, they're going to end all life or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
So I really like that. I really like Alison Pill. Rafi meeting her son, gut wrenching. That hurt.
I hope that's not the end of that arc. I hope something comes back, she's able to talk to him again. Because I was like, man, it just seemed out of place to me.
It did.
Like, okay, we get that resolution of why she wanted to go on this trip. Okay, she talks to him and then it's over. I don't know where her character goes from here unless the son is involved more.
I disagree. I think her character, her arc is she wanted to get her life back because of this thing that happened that she felt so immensely drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
She ruined her entire life behind it. Mm-hmm. You heard her son echo, we should have been the most important people.
Right.
And he tested her to see when she said, I'm clean. And he says, that thing meant more to you than we did, mm-hmm. than me and Dad did. And he kept, and I was like, oh, that's cruel. And then I realized what he was doing. And when he got it, and she was like, it's not that thing. And he was like, see, mm-hmm. I loved it. It was heart-wrenching. It mm-hmm. was devastating because I can see his point of view. I don't agree with it, but I don't have that problem to deal with. You have a parent who you feel was not a parent, mm-hmm. who cared more about her job, and this conspiracy, you believe a conspiracy because nobody else does. It ruined her life, it ruined your life, and now this person wants to come back. You want nothing to do with them. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I came out here for you, you don't want me. I still believe this. Mm-hmm. I gotta fall back on this. And it's real, and the thing that I loved about it was, Picard didn't want her to go. You saw that little interaction between the two of them when she transported out. And then Rios was like, what are we gonna do about our stowaway? And she was like, go away. And he was like, he was happy she was back. Mm-hmm. He didn't know what she left for. So yeah. I'm hoping that trauma will help her heal. That trauma will lead to her being whole because her relationship with Picard was rekindled. And he will look out for her mm-hmm. the way she looked out for him back in the day. Okay. And hopefully he'll be able to take care of her and make sure she doesn't fall down that spiral again. That's why for me, I was like, I loved it. It was hard to watch too because Michelle Hurd brought it.
Yeah.
I felt like.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Elnor, never change.
Yeah, I like Elnor being like, so what's the plan? What are we doing?
He's like,
I guess I kind of get it.
But he's Data.
Okay.
He's Data.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it, but because like Data was so smart. Data knew all this information, but he didn't understand how things really work. He didn't understand colloquialism, the traditional. So he was like, are we still lying?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Elnor, don't change. I really liked him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, generally just positive notes, and I guess a negative, which might not be a negative, is just that the fact that we didn't get this B plot of this Borg cube. What does that mean going forward for that storyline? That we really didn't care that it was gone.
Now they're meshing, because we saw the trailer for the next episode.
Did I see the trailer? I might have missed it.
Really?
I don't know.
It started like right after the episode.
Yeah, I had other stuff to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you watch the trailer, they get to the Borg cube.
Okay. Well.
Because Rios has this conversation. He's like, how we going to do this, man?
Yeah.
And he was like, that's going to cost you extra.
Okay.
The idea that these now merged. So that's why I was like, they don't need to keep going. They set up enough, hopefully. Now the question is, when they get to the Borg cube, what happens? Do they make it off the ship? And who ends up going with them?
Right.
And what happens?
Because you hope, or in my mind, now that we know what Allison is up to, Allison Pill, the doctor, mm-hmm. you hope she gets to meet Soji, or they're on the ship or something.
The one thing I'm looking for is, we'll borrow this. Now you have a nice little triangle with Narek on one side, who wants something from her, mm-hmm. and then you have, what's Allison's Pill character?
Doctor.
Okay, a doctor. So now you have a nice little triangle, and then at the head of it, you have Picard. So basically you have Picard, Soji is in the middle. Picard's trying to help. Everybody's trying to get to her for some reason. Uh-huh. The doctor's trying to get her because whatever Starfleet told her, Narek's trying to get her to her because of whatever the Romulans want from her.
Well, do we know is it what Starfleet or what the ambassador said?
No, that's not ambassador.
The one that the person that talked to her was a Romulan, right? Wasn't that the lady?
No, that was a Vulcan.
That was a Vulcan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toe.
Okay.
Tamlin Tamita. Yeah.
Okay.
Commander O.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I feel like so whatever Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put Starfleet here. Whatever Starfleet, whatever this conspiracy, because again, Rafi said there was that the only way that could have happened, that attack happened, was with Starfleet's help. There's a vast conspiracy that Romulans are in league with Starfleet or allowed whatever the Romulans have to happen. The Romulans are mining this Borg cube. Soji's on this Borg cube.
Mm-hmm.
Narek may be falling for her. We have the Tal Shiar and whatever the Zavat Vash or whatever.
Vashti, whatever. Yeah.
No, Vashti was a planet.
I thought that was a group of people too.
No, Vashti was the planet that Eleanor was on. It was the Zavat Vash or so whatever. The other deep, dark secret people, and it's all after Soji. So to me, I want to see what happens if they get Soji off that Borg cube, and you have all 4 of these people on the ship with all of their little machinations, because then Rafi is going to be looking at Narek like, I can't trust you.
Right.
Picard's going to be looking at Doctor like, help me understand. And then Soji's going to be so torn between, she's going to look at her, be like, you can help me, you can help me. Rafi's going to be over here looking at him, cross-eyed. She's not going to see Dr. Allison Pill's character coming. Picard's just going to be like, we should all get together. Oh, I can't wait.
If y'all can follow his crazy plot logic here.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
What's going on? You probably can't even see that from this thing, but there we go.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
There's something.
You know what I'm talking about, because you know exactly what's about to happen. It's about to be Game of Thrones in space.
Game of Thrones in space, y'all. On that, like, comment, subscribe for more Games of Thrones in space theories. Let us know what you think is going to happen on the future episodes of Picard. If you're still following Picard, if you
somebody's dying.
There we go. You can find us here on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WLTX.com, and we're
Soji about to be burning.